Okay, we're continuing with this book here, How to Raise IQ and Become a Genius by me, Pete Rogers. We're on part number 5. Okay, some more motivational quotes. This one's from Piotr Wozniak, Polish guy who developed a computer program for studying. It's very good. It's called Super Memo. Anyways, he says, if you want to be a genius, you need a healthy brain, good hardware, a good learning system, good software, lots of study to acquire knowledge, good data, and a minimum of negative interference, time wasted. So basically, this is, again, metacognition, thinking about thinking. And when you start to break down the individual components of learning something and studying and stuff, you can make yourself more efficient at it by planning how you do it. Okay, and then we're then also organizing the information you learn, like into a set of condensed notes of some type. That's what I would call a knowledge management system, information management system, so that you not only learn something, but you have it stored in such a way that it's easily retrievable. Okay. Now here is optimal intellectual development requires a big goal to organize your thought. Yeah, you want to aim as high as you reasonably can. Even if you fail at that, you'll have made a lot of progress in so doing. Here's a good Jordan Peterson quote. Imagine the best you could be and try to be that. And I think that's good advice. Look at your context, look at your resources, and go for it. Here is a quote from Brian Tracy. He's probably the best of the motivational speakers. This is his best book, Maximal Achievement. He says, the brain has a success mechanism that is activated by having a goal. Elmore Letterman concluded that the one quality that was the most predictive of success was intensity of purpose. Other things being equal, the person with the greatest intensity of purpose will always win out over the other. And I think that's a great quote because I've seen that. I remember there was a wrestler when I was in high school. His name was Johnny Jura, okay? And he would go on to like Fenwick High School, the Catholic high school, which didn't have a wrestling team at that time. And he wanted to come over to the public school and wrestle. And he didn't know how to wrestle. And everybody would beat the crap out of him. But he kept on coming back, wanting to learn. And he transferred to the public school. And he still, he just got the crap beat out of himself his first season. But he really wanted to be a wrestler. And so he went to all the spring tournaments, all the summer tournaments, all the wrestling camps, and he kept on pushing himself to learn. And he was so intense about becoming wrestling. He thought wrestling was the coolest thing, and he wanted to get good at wrestling. So anyways, he ended up becoming state champion his senior year of high school. He pinned his opponent in the finals. I still remember it, Bruce Baker from Proviso East. It was an amazing match, state championship Illinois. And so what I'm saying is, the unique thing about this guy was how intense he was about wanting to become a great wrestler. He didn't have that much physical talent. He didn't stand out at all in the room. A guy who's really natural talent, they just walk in the room and they're good, okay? I was undefeated my first couple of seasons, okay, just from athletic ability, but I had injuries and that screwed up my career. Whereas this Johnny guy, he was so intense and he really improved fast. So intensity of purpose, when you're really serious about it, they call it sometimes burn the boats mentality, like Cortez when he had gone into Mexico. He just burned the boat, so his men had no choice but to move forward. Intensity of purpose leads to success more quickly. The unifying similarity amongst geniuses and innovators is motivational. They are interested in unique goals, different from the masses. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, whatever. I think he's the University of Chicago guy who writes a lot about flow states, how you get yourself into an optimal performance mode. The goal energizes you. For example, when I decided I wanted to be a great doctor, not just a doctor, I wanted to be a great doctor. It gave me tremendous energy. And I had a little bit of a competitive thing with my father. I sort of like my father had kind of bossed me around a little bit when I was young. And I sort of wanted to show him I was going to be better than him. But anyways, when you have this high goal, studying was not a chore. Studying is like an opportunity. You're lucky to have an opportunity to study rather than being forced to do manual labor or slavery or some other stuff or be on the front line. It's a good deal. So anyways, I was quite happy to study because I saw it as an opportunity. And a lot of times, professors, everybody knows, a lot of times professors stink. And so you have to teach yourself. So I was fully accepting of that. And okay, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, he says, goals transform a walk into a chase. Yeah, they energize you. And also, I can remember all these guys would want to go drinking, and I wouldn't go. I only drank once between the ages of 18 and 54. I only got drunk once. And then I only had between 24 and 54. I only that's at a fraternity pledge party. I had to. Between the ages of 24 and 54, I only never even touched alcohol, except actually got drunk twice. Between the ages of 24 and 54, I never even touched alcohol except when I was dating my future wife. You know, she insisted I drink a little bit in front of her relatives so they wouldn't think I was a weirdo or an alcoholic. Alcohol is bad. It's a brain toxin, neurotoxin. The whole mentality that with alcohol that you have to drink to prove you're not an alcoholic is completely stupid. Everything around alcohol is stupid. I always want my brain in top form. Alcohol kills your brain cells. It makes you stupid. When a person is drunk, it makes you weak. Anybody could beat you up, okay? Drunk people often fall downstairs and hurt themselves. I remember when I was at a party, I got drunk. I was like a sophomore in high school, and I vomited in the bathroom, okay? And I don't know, somebody there who must have been friends with the people at the house or whatever kicked me in the tailbone, and it hurt. And I was a really strong guy. I was the strongest guy my weight wrestling in the whole state, okay? And so somebody kicked me in the tailbone. I was drunk. I don't even know who it was. My tailbone hurt for about 2 weeks. And I said, that's what happens when you're drunk. Somebody can kick your ass. You don't even know who it is. Anybody could have done it. It could have been a girl who did it. And my tailbone hurt for about 2 weeks. That taught me a lesson. Don't ever get drunk because you make yourself weak and stupid. Okay, here's a quote by Goethe, the German Shakespeare, great writer. First, build a proper goal. The proper goal will make it easy to build a proper you. The important thing in life is to have a great aim and the determination to attain it. So yeah, spend a lot of time. Make out a list of paper. What are my skills? What are my weaknesses? What are my resources? What do I like doing? What am I good at doing? What should I try to go for? What should I try to do? And then how am I wasting time? How can I avoid all the things I'm wasting time so I'll have more time to focus on this goal? And when you do that, it actually makes you happier because you feel like you're using your time in a useful way. You're making progress towards something good, and that makes you happy.